Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. So last class we were discussing about different hidden surface elimination algorithms, and now we are moving on to the another important topics of computer graphics that will be very much useful when we go for virtual reality, which is the rendering component. We will move on to that. Before discussing about the rendering part, let me show a small uh, demo or something on which is available in Word. Can you, 1 minute, I'll share my screen. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So let me draw some 3D models. Already I have something, so I will ask some question on it. It's taking time for loading. So I'm inserting a 3D model which is available here. Now you can able to see the model which I have inserted. Can you able to see the model? 1 minute, it's moving out of scope. 1 minute. Yeah, can you able to see the model? What is the model you can see? Is my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
We can
Can you
see
able
it.
to can you able to see this pumping of heart?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you can, so what kind of transformation is applied here? Whether any transformation is involved in this?
There's like different multiple transformations
Yeah,
being
what are all the
applied.
transformations are involved in this?
A little bit of translation.
Yeah,
And
translation. So this portion you can see the translation, but these portions there is no transformations are applied. But with this component you can see the translation, and then can you able to see the scaling here? The object size is reduced here. Can you able to see it? Or the same size is there? I couldn't see it. That's why I'm asking. I think it is reducing the size. Can you able to see some answers? Are you in line? Is
Yes,
the size is reduced
yes,
or the
ma'am.
size is
yes,
same?
ma'am. Reduced and then
Yeah,
increased.
little bit it is reduced. So this uses some kind of transformation, scaling, and translations are used. And you can see here the diagram, I mean the representation which is specified here, so which says we can rotate it in, I'm rotating it, so you can able to rotate the object in this, I mean in this way, or the rotation can be done with respect to this axis. So how many degree of rotations are involved here?
2 degrees.
Two degrees, one with respect to this axis and one with respect to this axis. So degree of rotation is 2. Now you can, now the 3D objects are here, and some kind of transformations and rotations. I mean, rotations is also possible here to view the whatever the portion you want. You can rotate it and you can see the view of the corresponding 3D objects. So rotation also performed here. Now coming to this another diagram which talks about, I'll just insert an object. And you can see the properties, so that I can open a new screen. So properties are there, shape, effect. You can see, you can give us shading effect, reflections, glow and soft edges, bilals and 3D rotations, whatever you wanted, you can specify. When it comes to 3D rotation, you can see the whatever the rotation we have studied, basically the rotation, I mean, projections. We have discussed two different kinds of projection. One is parallel and perspective projections. So it has different projections. These objects you can see in a different perspective. So you can, this object will be the suitable object to see the different perspectives. So you can see how what you can able to see the different views of the parallel perspectives. Can you able to see this? I'm just using all the parallel perspective views. It's specified as isometric, right up and top view, all those things are specified. I'm just scrolling it for your view. And when it comes to perspective projections also, you can see different perspectives are displayed here, oblique projections, and these are all the things that is available here. So just I wanted to start up with this, and then I will be moving on to the main content. What we are going to discuss today is rendering concept. So you can see object you have created, and then you have made something and you have given some effects, and finally you can able to see the realistic image of the given object. We started with just an object and finally to end up with this object. So realistic display of a screen are obtained by generating perspective projections of an object and applying lighting effect to the visible surfaces. So now you can able to understand why we have studied different kinds of projections and visible surfaces and all, just to get a realistic display of a screen. So whatever object you are viewing, finally it is going to be outputted in a particular any devices. Maybe we can call it as a screen. So we are going to produce it in a screen. When it is projected onto a screen, it has to provide you a realistic photo view. How can you get this view? By applying lighting effect to the visible surface of the object. So here in this image, what are all the portions which are visible to you? Maybe for me also the same kind I'm going to see. So one sphere, and in the background you can see the floor texture is there. Some textures are given here, and the shadow is here. So you can see the difference between this and this. Here you can see a shadow of this ball.
Lighting.
Now, yeah, lighting effect. So this are all the some effects which will gives you a realistic image. So if I am drawing this and I am explaining something, whether you can feel, suppose you are developing a game or something you are developing, if you are making this as a blend, whether the people will like that, they doesn't like it. So to make your object more realistic, you need to render the object. So how we are going to do this? With the help of perspective projections and lighting effect, we can provide it to a visible surface so that finally you can able to get a realistic image. So the rendering is a process. I am giving you a definition. Rendering is a process of generating a photorealistic or a non-photorealistic image from a 2D or a 3D model. With the help of computers you can get this. There are different tools available or different softwares which are available to make this rendering process. Unity, 3D Max, Maya, different softwares are available for making this rendering concept. So probably next week we will be starting our tools. In that we will discuss more. Before talking about how we are going to make this, what is the conceptual behind rendering and all, we will discuss in this class. So it's a process of creating a effect of light, shadow, as we said, lighting effect, shadows, or textures, all those things we are going to generate it so that it is going to provide you a better image or a realistic image. One minute. So we are going to discuss about different algorithms which is used to perform this. Before talking about this, we will start up with illumination model. So this model, we can call it as a lighting or a shading models. As we talked previously, the rendering is a process of creating different lighting effects and the shadows of an object to make the output in a realistic way. So we are going to calculate the light intensity with the help of illumination models. The illumination models are called as lighting or a shading models. So when we talks about lighting model, so different concepts we are going to talk. What is the lighting models? What is lighting effect? What is the light source? How the light source is going to affect our output? All those things we will be discussing here. When it comes to a lighting model, it determines the intensity of light that we should see at a point on the surface of an object. So it determines the intensity of light that we wanted to see at a point on the surface of the object. So you have an object in that in particular position or in particular location or in particular point. What is the light what is the intensity you wanted? So with the help of that you can make it. So different lighting effects can be provided. How we can get a different effects? So with the help of, just now I have showed you 3D objects, and there I have showed you different effects, shadows, textures, transparency. The effects can be transparency, reflection, shadow, and surface texture. Light source. So the source of light that enable one to see the object. The light source is a very, very important thing that enable a person to view a object. The light source can be either a light emitting source or light reflecting source. It can be an light emitting or reflecting source. The light emitting source type is categorized into two. One is point source, the other is distributed light source. The example for point sources: sunlight, or bulb, whatever, etc. we have. The ray from the source falls radially, diverting the path from the source position. Whereas in the case of distributed light source, the example is a tube light. So the illumination effect cannot be approximately realistic with a point source, because the area of source is not smaller compared to the surface in the screen. So in such situation, we can go for a distributed light source. In the case of an light emitting reflecting source, it's again divided into two. One is diffuse, another one is specular reflecting source. The light reflect evenly in all directions. In this case, the light reflected from a specific point or a spot. Here the light is reflects in all the direction. Here only in a particular spot or a point it is specifying. The previous diagram also, you whatever I have showed, you can see the here in a spot you are specifying the light effect. So the surface which has shiny or bright spot, in such kind of cases you can use this kind when for a shiny surface. And bright spot, we can use this. And in the case of diffuse, the surface that are rough or it is trend to scatter the reflected light in all direction. In that case, we can go for a diffuse case. So finally, the illumination model. We have started with the illumination model. The illumination equation says, so these are all the preliminaries we are talking with respect to that. So the illumination equation I equal to Ki. Now, as illumination model is used to find out the intensity of light. So the I indicates the intensity, Ki indicates the object intrinsic intensity. The this is the viewing point, the viewpoint or a eye point, and we have a object, a light source is specified here with this respect to the point. It falls on this position. Person is viewing from here. It may reflect the light. Light is falling, and it is the point. We can say this point is XY point we have. The with respect to the light, again we will discuss. There are two different categories of light source. We will discuss how it is going to provide. The process of evaluating the illumination equation. This is the equation at one or more point in an object surface is called lighting the object. The surface that doesn't lie open to the light source will still be visible if the object if the objects in the are illuminated. So here direct from a source, it is directly, the light is directly falling onto it, or we can have a direct path or an indirect path. It can come somewhere and again it can reflect. Directly it can fall on the object surface, or indirect way it can reaches this. So with this, we are moving on to another definition, which is going to use the light at a pixel from a point, light at a pixel equal to, it's a combination of three different things. The intensity of light equal to intensity of AM, I'll tell what is AM, intensity of def, I'll tell you all these definitions now. So just now we have discussed two concepts here. In the case of a reflecting source, two different sources, one is diffuse and specular. So when this def is the first one and this I spec indicates the second one, IAM is another concept which indicate ambient light source. The product of multiple reflection of light from many surface present in an environmental forms this. So when you add all these three things, that is the light for a particular point in a given object surface. A point to be noted, the lights are created as a ray. When we talks about computer graphics, we will call this as an ray. The lights are created as a ray. The direction of ray, instead of talking about light, I will be using the terminology ray. The direction of ray is two different direction. Either it can be an omnidirectional or it's normal directional. So in the case of omnidirectional, it is spotlights, and the omnidirections are the point light source as we discussed previously. Diffuse reflection. It's a product of multiple reflections of light from many surface present in an environment. Multiple reflections. Here, eliminating an object by indirect light source. The light is uniform and has same intensity everywhere. As we discussed that when you diffuse it, it will be in all the direction it is having. So the light is an uniform and has the same intensity everywhere. Object receives the some same amount of diffuse light energy. Whatever the rotation we are using, that doesn't matter, but it absorbs the same amount of light energy. Some of this energy will be absorbed by the surface while the rest will be reflected. So when it comes here, some energy will be absorbed and remaining energy will be reflected. The ratio of light reflected from the surface to the total incoming light is called reflectivity. The ratio of light reflected from the source to the total incoming light is called reflectivity. The reflectivity for white surface will be 1 and the refractivity for the black surface is set as 0. Specular reflections. The light can be reflected from an object, either a diffusion or a specular reflection. The occurrence of a surface, in the case of this, occurs at the surface of mirror, they're reflected in a single direction, whereas in the diffusion case depends upon the angle of incidence and the reflected light. In this case, the light comes in, this is the object, the light comes in and strikes the surface and bounce right back off. The light will be again bounce back. The angle that the reflected beam makes with the surface normal is called angle of reflection. And equal in magnitude to the angle of incidence. The angle that our reflected beam makes with the surface normal is called angle of reflection, and the corresponding magnitude is an angle of incidence. And sure. So you can see the object. It's a wireframed 3D wireframed object. A sphere with a 3D wireframe is specified. We used to call a normal here, nor surface normal or normal vectors and all, which means when you are taking a point. In that point, if the point is this is perpendicular, whatever point you are taking which is perpendicular to the surface is called as an vector or a normal vector, or when you represent this value in a form of a vector, you can call that as a normal vector. Different shading models that we can have in the computer graphics. In the computer graphics book, so many contents are given there. I am precising it, whichever is relevant to our subject only I am talking about that only. Other than that, I am not focusing much. If you are interested, you can read that. Shading, as we discussed, there are different properties or the lighting effect. One effect is an reflection, transparency, shades, and the surface texture. So we have discussed about the different kinds of reflections, and then we are moving on to the shading model. Shading any surface by calculating the surface normal to each visible point. So just now I have informed you what is a surface normal. So we are calculating surface normal at each visible point and apply the desired elimination pattern to that point. So whatever you want, you can apply it. So here you can see this diagram. So in this diagram, these positions you wanted to have a floor texture, and on this position you wanted to have a object, and the shade should be given here for the corresponding object. So for performing this, there are two different methods we can go for. One is an polygon mesh shading. Another one is constant intensity shading. So methods, shading methods. So this constant intensity shading will be discussed later. Before talking about this, again, I am just giving you a refresh of it. So the prop color, to get a realistic scene, you have to give a proper color. There are different color models are available. So basically we will use RGB color model. There are different models are available, CMY color model and HSV color model, the hue, saturation and value you can use, HSI hue, saturation, intensity model. Different color models are available. With the help of those color models, you can get the different outputs or whatever, whichever is required, you can make use of it. So the color model part, I'm not touching much on that, but when it comes to a tools, I'll show you how can you convert a one color into another color model. That will be discussed later. Transparency. It produces both reflected and the transmitted light. The relative contribution of a transmitted light depends on the degree of transparency of a surface and whether any light source or a illuminated surface are band the transparent surface. So you have a transparent surface and the object is here. The light is incident on the object and it is reflecting it, and it can bypass and it can move out of it because it's a transparent object. So you can, when it comes here, what kind of colors we are going to produce and all that we need to consider. So what the model consider a light reflections. So when refraction also it will consider, when we talk about transparency we need to talk about the refraction. Coming to shadows, the hidden surface method is used to calculate the areas where the light source produced and shadows are there. So when this object, this portion is shadow portion, how can you find this is a shadow portion? With the help of visible surface algorithm, we can find out the visible surfaces and also we can say that this is the shadow of a given object. By hidden surface method with the light source at a view position, we can determine which surface section can be seen from a light source, and also we can say which portion are the shaded regions. So for now we will be moving on to the main thing called rendering. There are two different rendering algorithms we are going to discuss. The first rendering method is polygon rendering method. Another one is ray tracing, not tracking, tracing, tracing method. Two different methods for rendering. It's popularly these two methods are used. The first method is a polygon rendering method. The objects what we have considered will be in the form of a polygon mesh, and with that we are going to render the object. Each polygon can be rendered with two different ways. The first way is rendering of polygon by single intensity or the intensity can be obtained at each point of a surface by using interpolation method. Single intensity or the interpolation method. So the single intensity, otherwise we can call the single intensity as an flat shading or a constant intensity shading. What it is called as a single intensity, suppose you have an object, I am drawing a 2D object. So I wanted to have this object as an single color, which means something, I wanted this as a red color. So we can say this as an with a single intensity. Everywhere it is using a single intensity. With the help of single intensity, you can render the object, you can develop the corresponding object. When it comes to an interpolation, we are not using any, we are just filling with a particular color in the case of a single intensity. But when it comes to an interpolation technique, with the help of interpolation, if you are taking a particular point xy and then from with this point we are trying to find out the color or a intensity value for the other object. The intensity can be obtained at each point of a surface using an interpolation. So this method we can say it as an intensity interpolation method. So you can consider how we are going to develop an intensity model. So how we are going to make this models to execute, or how we are going to make the color. In the case of a single intensity method, let us consider the object is an polyhedron. It's a 3D object. All the light source emitting the object are sufficiently far from the surface, and viewing position is sufficiently far from the surface. So these are all the assumptions we should have with respect to a single intensity value. If these assumptions are not true, still the approximate surface lighting effect with small polygon can be attained by calculating the intensity of each phase at the center of the polygon. So it's a 3D object. It's a front face and this is the back face. So you wanted to color it, as I said, with the help of just it's a filling. With this you can whatever the color you wanted with the help of the face. corresponding face color, you can fill the entire color. The second intensity interpolation method, we have two different kinds of method here. The methods used here are Gauss shading method and the other method is Vaughan shading method. So there are different steps we need to follow when we use the intensity interpolation method. The steps and all we will discuss in the next class. And then the second method, a ray tracing method is available, and we will discuss that in next class. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.